As you may or may not already be aware, Niantic, the company behind Pokemon Go, released Harry Potter Wizards Unite on the 2nd of May in Australia as like a beta version. They also released it in New Zealand about 2 weeks before that, I believe, and as you can probably tell from the accent, I live in Australia. So as a long-time Pokemon Go player, and as an even longer time Harry Potter fan, I thought that I would do a video comparing Harry Potter Go and Pokemon Go. I'm going to keep referring to Wizards Unite as Harry Potter Go. Sorry about that, but I'm also kind of not sorry about it. Now, I somehow managed to miss the actual launch of the game. I knew it launched in New Zealand, but I was not aware it had launched in Australia. I think just because I've been avoiding Game of Thrones spoilers, so I haven't been on any news sites. So for all of you who are curious about how the game sort of works, especially those who have played Pokemon Go, but unfortunately do not live in Australia or New Zealand, hopefully this video will give you an idea. So let's get into it.
So launching both apps, the first thing that you will notice on each is that there's that warning, remember to be alert at all times, stay aware of your surroundings. Obviously, with them both being made by Niantic, they have the exact same warnings listed in the exact same way. But once we get through the load screen, on Pokemon it says do not trespass while playing Pokemon Go, whereas on Harry Potter it says stay safe, do not enter dangerous areas while playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite. So the first thing you'll notice when the game is fully launched is that the Harry Potter app seems to have a bit more of that sort of natural texture to it. It's less cartoony than what I would say Pokemon Go is. More realistic colouring and sort of more in that Harry Potter colour palette that we're used to. One big thing that I noticed when I was playing Harry Potter was that there's random items that are just on the ground that you pick up. That never happens in Pokemon Go. You have to get items from doing research tasks or defeating gyms or spinning Pokestops. You don't just get them from picking them up off the ground. Okay, so in Harry Potter, you essentially have these things called confoundables or unconfoundables, I believe, instead of Pokemon. And instead of throwing a Pokeball, you cast a spell by tracing your finger across the pattern that they give you on the screen. So it's very similar in that you encounter usually a creature and you do a motion with your thumb on the screen and then you sort of capture the creature, but you don't exactly. And then instead of a Pokedex, once you've caught the creature or the item or whatever it is, the unconfoundable, the confoundable, still getting confused by the terminology. Once you've done that, you get a sticker and then you can add your sticker to your sticker collection, essentially. And then there's like different regions at the top. So there's like Hogwarts School, Legends of Hogwarts, Ministry of Magic, Magizoology, and then like, yeah, they have these things listed. Oh, and then there's like Central Park. Oh, then there seems to be apparently different subsets underneath. So it's like Magizoology, Newt's Case, Central Park, New York City Street. So I guess it's somewhat comparable to the different regions in the Pokemon Go Pokedex. So with the main menu in the middle, it's the same on both pretty much. So in Pokemon Go, you've got settings, tips, news, events, Pokedex shops, Pokemon items. In Wizards Unite, you also have settings and shop, but then you've also got a summary of like your character profile with total experience, and you have things like potions, vault, registry, profession, and port keys. So you can access your character profile straight from the menu there, whereas in Pokemon, you have to go back to the main menu and click it on the left. So again, if we go back to the map, you'll see on the side, on the left-hand side, is the character profile. In Pokemon, obviously, after you reach a certain level, you have to choose whether you want to be Valor, Instinct, or Mystic. In Wizards Unite, there's just an area there, select your Hogwarts house, and it's quite straightforward. I thought there would be some sort of sorting, but I guess you can just do the sorting on Pottermore, which makes a lot more sense. I'm actually quite happy about it. You don't want to do it twice if you don't have to. So you just select your house. I am a Gryffindor, so you confirm. You can also register an actual full first and last name. So, Alex Ross. And then you also just have like a title. Hagrid's Hero. I think you have to unlock these. A wand weigher ensures your wand is in proper working order. Please identify all your wand's components, wood, core, flexibility, and length for our records. I don't remember what mine was. I'm pretty sure it was Dragon Heartstring. You should be able to stick with your Pottermore account. I feel like that would make a lot more sense. Anyway, let's just go with something cool. Maple. Silver lime. Yeah, I'm gonna go silver lime. Quite bendy, slightly yielding. Ollivanders. Well, I don't know what this is. Oh, the length. That's why it literally says length. Okay, let's just go with, let's give it a, no, I want it to be convenient to go on my robes. Yeah, cool. 12 is good. Oh look, there's my wand. Alright, so if we go down a little bit, you'll see Wizarding achievements, sort of similar to medals on Pokemon Go. Like you have to achieve certain feats and then you get a medal. So in Harry Potter, you seem to get some sort of, like, looks like a chocolate frog card, or okay, it's a Bertie Bott's box. Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know what they're about. I don't know how to get information on these. Choose which badges will be displayed in your ministry ID. I don't know, guys. I don't know how that works, to be honest with you, but there's achievements. So, starting off on the main map, you'll notice that my robes have actually changed to Gryffindor colours, which is very interesting. If I zoom in, I guess the positioning of the camera, if you want to call it that, the bird's eye view of the character is a bit different in Pokemon Go as it is to Wizards Unite. Zooming out, it seems like we get a little bit further away in Wizards Unite than what we do in Harry Potter. So back in that main menu again, if we look at the shop, you've got your total amount of coins in the top left-hand side. You also have this thing called like spell energy or something like that in the Harry Potter game, whereas in Pokemon Go you just have coins. So yeah, it seems to be a very similar setup where you buy things. You can buy vault extensions, which is essentially the same thing as a bag upgrade or a Pokemon storage upgrade. And you get elixirs and potions and stuff. It's all very similar in that regard. Oh, and then there's Gringotts. Instead of just buying coins down the bottom, like you do in Pokemon Go, there's Gringotts. So $1.50 Australian, you get 80 coins, whereas for 99 cents, you get 100 coins in Pokemon Go. But I don't know what the currency exchange is like. Ha ha ha. So you may be wondering how Pokestops work in Wizards Unite, or what the equivalent is. Essentially, they've replaced Pokestops with inns and greenhouses. At least these are the things I've seen so far. So essentially you go to the inn and you replenish your magic. You go to a greenhouse and you get items, like you get potion ingredients and stuff. So in addition to just picking up random items on the ground, you'll also get them from going to greenhouses and inns. And then they remain inactive for a certain amount of time, similar to a Pokestop. But whereas a Pokestop doesn't actually list the amount of time till you can use it again, an inn will have a countdown before you can go to that inn again. Another major difference is that there's actually a sort of storyline in Wizards Unite, whereas in Pokemon Go, it's essentially just you start the game with a starter Pokemon, you go out and you start catching. In Wizards Unite, there's this whole thing about how the wizarding world is at risk of exposure because essentially there's lots of magical stuff going on and they don't want the muggles to find out. So it's like, all these wizards get together and help keep the wizarding world a secret. You'll see old friends such as Harry Potter and new friends such as this chick show up and give you advice and talk to you about what's going on in the wizarding world. And so the story with inns is you go to them and they give you free stuff because they're trying to help the cause. Sometimes in Pokemon Go, you do get a sort of storyline in the special research tasks, like when the professor was talking to you about Meltan, but it's not really something that drives the overall story. Speaking of which, it would appear that both Pokemon and Harry Potter have research tasks, but they're called research tasks in Pokemon and they're called assignments in Harry Potter. The major difference here, though, is that you seem to not have a maximum of 3 in Harry Potter, whereas you can only have 3 at a time in Pokemon. And it would appear that you get daily bonuses for each day of the month. So I guess instead of getting a compounding bonus for every time you complete a task like you do in Pokemon Go, you just get bonuses for each day you log in, and it varies depending on the day. So it would appear that Sunday or Saturday, you get a bonus because it seems to be shining. And then Pokemon Go has special tasks. Harry Potter also has special tasks, apparently. Magic in the Making events will be coming soon. Okay, fair enough. They're not doing like a full event before the game is fully launched. That makes a lot of sense. Weather exists in both games as well. In Pokemon Go, it gives certain Pokemon a weather boost, whereas it sort of just tells you that it's overcast in Harry Potter. I don't really know what the point is, but they're probably introducing something into it later. Though the way they describe weather is also a little bit different. So in Pokemon Go, it says it's cloudy, whereas in Harry Potter, it says overcast. You'll also notice in Harry Potter that there's random owls just flying around the place. There's nothing like that in Pokemon Go. So from the perspective of somebody who's played the game for approximately half an hour, those are the similarities and differences between the two games.
Okay everyone, I hope that comparison was useful for you. Will you be getting Harry Potter Wizards Unite? Or are you thinking like, well, it's essentially just Pokemon Go with a Harry Potter skin, isn't it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit on that face to subscribe to my channel. Keep updated for my future videos. Oh, there's something else. Give me a thumbs up. See you next time.